What is up everyone, it's TK and today I'm going to give you my honest thoughts and review on the entire update and the event. Okay, so it's gonna be both together. So let's dive in and see this video. First thing first, let me talk to you guys about the event. Now, the event itself, I feel like there could be a lot more to it because it's the Halloween. There could be like a lot of different themes, maybe some interesting songs, some very interesting event troops. Obviously, we have these event troops right now that we currently have. One of them I would say is the Barcher, which is very much viable. It's a very good addition to the game. I think it adds a very good thing to the armies. I've seen a few armies out there, and I've seen some people added it to the other armies, kind of make sure the armies are a bit stronger as well. But the Lava Loon, it was like such a good event troop that they even made a whole equipment out of it because everyone loved the Lava Loon. Everyone loved how powerful it was. But the fact that first thing first, the fact that you can't use it in Legends like right now, it's just absolutely crazy. Not that you cannot take it to Legends, you just can't use it. And this is very good for a player perspective who's doing, a lot of good ranking. For example, on my perspective, but I'm talking more of the community. I know a lot of people are struggling with the attacks and they wanted to use the Lava Loon in Legends, which I can understand why. But honestly, that's also a good thing because it doesn't mess up the whole Legends system, the ranking system. It's like basically like what Clash of Clans wanted to achieve. They, I think, saw that they couldn't bring Lava Loon. No, sorry. Let me phrase it better. So they, as I said that we cannot have this update in time for the event troop to not be allowed in Legends. And I think that's why the Lava Loon became so much weaker because they technically didn't allow Lava Loon in the Legends if you guys put it in that perspective. And that's what they did. They merited so much, I would say, lesser damage wise, or like I think they even put the housing space up, which is kind of crazy. And I haven't actually seen it in wars. Like, okay, we say Legend is hard mode and Lava Loon gets cooked really quickly, but then we have wars and obviously regular attacks, which you guys see it? Like, is it just me or you don't just see it? Even in regular mode, no one uses it, which is just a bit unfortunate, right? This is exactly what happened to the Christmas event. Christmas event had only one very good super troop, which was the Broom Witch, but the rest was just useless. And this Halloween event, I think the event itself could have been maybe a lot crazier. Like if they wanted to add a whole event troop, which they did, the new one, they could make it like a bit more usable for Legends if they want to add it in Legends at least. So I think the overall thought process of the event troops not being super broken so you can't technically use it in hard mode makes it so interesting how they're balanced the way they couldn't handle the entry of the event troops to the Legends League and the ranked mode. So these troops should not be in ranked mode, and they won't be from the next event, which will happen after Town Hall 18 in 2 months. Town Hall 18 is the next month. That's what I think, and that's what I think a lot of people think and thought of. But yeah, so overall, the Halloween event, I think the skins, the scenery, um, the event itself had a lot of like obviously like prices and very good statues. I don't really like the equipment. I think it's pretty much useless for the higher town halls. But as I made a video of it, it's actually very useful for lower town halls. They're doing crazy minion brilliance charges, around a whole base without an actual army. It's actually crazy, but they're doing it. So the broken equipment did not come. And I think last Halloween we got the Lava Loon puppet, if I'm not mistaken. I may be mistaken, but I think last Halloween we got the Lava Loon puppet. So again, not a very highly, I would say, town hall type of equipment that you can change a game with, which is not, the worst. I made a whole video of why Supercell is doing this type of equipment rather than broken equipment. And yeah, you should watch that. I will link it at the end of this one. But overall, as I said, I think I actually liked this event. It was fun. I loved the skin. I think pretty much this might be their most sell skin in Clash of Clans, even after like more than the magic theme. Everyone that I attacked in Legends has this little bit of the theme, you know, either the scenery or just, you know, the skins. But overall, as I said, I really like this event in general. If you want to put the bads and the goods, I like the goods more, and it's just gonna overshadow the bad. So yeah, let's dive in for the update. So, about the update, there's a lot we need to talk about, because first thing first, I want to mention the Springtrap rework was definitely necessary. It's a good thing. So, I'm going to tell you all the good things, and then I will just jump onto the things that I don't think should have happened. But yeah, let's just move on. The Springtrap, as I said, it's a very good addition. It's just lovely to see heroes getting sprung and stunned. We had the shield and guard system, which I think it's not really a bit different if you're in Legends. So you guys let me know what you think about that. Like, is it changed like in a good way or a bad way? Because in Legends, as I told you, it's literally the same thing we had before the update. Nothing has changed that much. So yeah, it just works for your revenge stuff, which now we're gonna get to it. The revenge button, which messed up the entire game, and that's just crazy to think about, because Clash of Clans always have a bug fixes option, and not an option, like a title, bug fixes, and they fix a lot of bugs when the update comes. But there's a list which is even more than that when the update drops, so they need to fix those now. So that's why I think like the revenge button itself is a fun thing. Like, we can obviously now just dive in and take the loot, but the fact that it's not a real base and it's like a copycat of that base, it's a shadow base or whatever you want to call it, it just feels like it's not really the revenge you want to get, because they are not hitting your shadow base, they're actually taking what you have. So obviously I know by the loot you're gonna get back what you get, but the fact that the loot is generated due to your personal loot and how much they stole, and also you don't get trophies from that. Back then you used to get trophies, if you could do the revenge, but obviously I'm talking just about more attacking wise. So kind of feel like no trophy getting from the enemy won't actually lose anything because you're doing the revenge. It's just the loot that the system generated, and it just doesn't feel like you're crushing someone who crushed you, if you know what I mean. But overall, as I said, I like the fact that you can actually do the revenge, so that goes for that. Now, we got the ranked mode and the Legends League rework. I personally love the Legends League right now. It's just so competitive. The first day you dive into Legends, for those who haven't been in Legends, back then, if you used to go to Legends and the first attack, the first few attacks, maybe even the first 1 or 2 days, you would attack really, really low leveled Town Hall 17s or Town Hall 16, sometimes even Town Hall 15s in Legends League. That's just because Legends League wasn't for Legends, obviously. It wasn't how the name was supposed to be. So now they made it so the first attack you're doing is a fully maxed Town Hall 17. Like, there's no joke. You can't be like, okay, I'm gonna mess around a few days, or I'm gonna have fun the first 2 days and then start pushing. No, you're starting to push from day one. If you don't push from day one, or if you, I don't know, don't do your attacks, you're gonna fall behind the others. And it's so hard to catch up now. Back then, you used to come to Legends 3 weeks late and do your attacks for 2 weeks. And if you had a good defense, you would be in a high rank. This is never going to happen again. I've seen some people not receiving defense. Like, I don't know how that works, because Supercell said everyone will receive 8 defenses. So I don't know how that works, honestly. But I've seen some people, even myself, I think it was day 2. Maybe it was a bug or something. But day 2, I haven't received the defense, which was just interesting. But overall, I like the difficulty. I like how your equipment are not going down. I like how you're, I would say, more free to what you want to do. But obviously, a lot of people complain about the strategies. Like, there is only 2 strategies, or maximum, if you really want to push it, 3. And these strategies being Root Riders, Rocket Loons, with the Fireball, and also the Dragons. So let me tell you this, guys. I think Clash of Clans is never ever going back to how we had super bowlers, super hog riders, super witches, we had the queen charge twin hogs, Blizzard Lalo, we had this Lalo, we had that Lalo, we had like the Smash armies with Electro Titan. Clash of Clans will never go there. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Clash of Clans is done being about that strategy life. The way they are taking this strategy is basically having different variety of the same army. We never had this. Okay, so this is why I think Clash of Clans is not just doing anything, because I think they are comfortable with what they're doing right now, which, as I said, is different versions of that same strategy. How many Root Rider strategy have you guys seen out there? They are with fireballs, they are with the RC charge, they are with double overgrowth, one overgrowth. Some of them have earthquake spell with the queen, giant arrow, and log launcher. Some of them have the queen on the outside with the magic mirror and the giant. Some of them have king with the earthquake boots inside them. Some of them have the king on the outside of them. You guys can see what I'm trying to achieve here. Like how many fireball rockaloons have you seen? Some people add a few furnace. Some people have mass furnace, a few rockaloons. Some people have like a few furnaces, like, you know, like halfway and then half rockaloons. And then just some people are mixing it with the event troops. Some people are mixing it with the fireball and the world champion charge. You see what I'm telling you? Because of the equipment and because of powerful troops like Root Riders, these are how we have the strategies. So a lot of people, because I've seen, like, they say, well, Legends is now forcing you to only use Root Riders or Rockaloons, and that's how you can get like good results, which is just like tournaments. You can't blame Legends because this already happened in tournaments, and tournaments is actually worse. People don't even use the Rockaloons too much because it just doesn't work. Your Warden equipment gets capped down, and your Fireball, you need more spells, basically. You know, you need more support. Warden dies a lot quicker because some of his passive abilities are a lot lower. So he generates HP late, he generates like his damage a bit lower. It's crazy. But that's basically how esports scene is. And if they want to fix something like that, they're gonna jump into esport first because the problem started from there. The hard mode started from there. They messed things up with the way they forced everyone to use two armies or maximum one army right there. So if they want to do it in Legends, it won't work that well. So they need to test it in esport. See if people actually switch armies. Which again, as I told you, I don't think we're gonna see variations of armies like different armies. We're gonna see variations of different armies. So this is generally, I think, how I would personally put all my thoughts into this. I think it's just amazing how they work this. I think the difficulty, just make sure everyone knows who is the top players in each season and who didn't go up, who is messing up. And it doesn't matter if you mess up, guys. There's so many people out there, even some pro players, that they're just testing themselves. They're like, for example, they're just doing their attacks and they're like, okay, I actually don't like this army, I'm just gonna switch. And something it happened to me is that I finally found my own perfect army, which I found from my friend Amin, which, yeah, he helped me out a lot. And I think it's just a lot more fun, man, you know, and having this army, making sure you know what you're doing with this army, just generates a lot of triples for you and you get the results a lot better. Obviously, it takes some time to learn the Fireball Rockaloon army, but if you guys want to push with Root Riders, there are a lot of people out there with the Root Riders. So you can watch them, learn everything, learn their methods, and get into Legends and do your best. Obviously, the base also matters when you go up. I know right now a lot of people are getting defenses. When you go higher in Legends, it's going to be less defenses. But still, we see defenses. This is something like when I look at it, I just get so much hyped. I built a good base and it's defending how I wanted it to defend. It's getting the 1 stars I was baiting the attacker to get. Back then, they used to put the fireball just boom on the outside and get still the triple, which is crazy if you are a base builder and you put like hours and tests, massive tests into a base and you see someone triple you like that, you'll just quit the game. It's crazy. Some base builders did quit the game, in fact. But yeah, The major thing also is about the like the spawning obstacles. If you guys know what I mean, you can actually tap on it and you can kind of make sure it's off, so when you go into the attack you don't see massive amount of obstacles. And overall I think the Legends rework and the ranked battle modes is amazing, but I need to know your thoughts on the lower leagues, because I haven't been to League 33 or League 32. I started in Legends. So I don't know if you guys are enjoying the 1 week base. Like you have one base per week, basically. And if you're enjoying the 30 attacks, however you want to attack, basically. So you're not forced to do 8 attacks every day. You can do 30 attacks the first day and just not do your attacks for the entire week. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I honestly, if I didn't experience it, I wouldn't really know how it feels. So I want to know your thoughts definitely on that. And I think that is about everything. And one thing I can tell you about the bad thing is the bugs. Yeah, the bugs. I don't know what happened with Supercell. A lot of people tell me like, what is going on? Do they not test stuff like before releasing? And I keep telling them like it's so hard to test everything, and that's why when the game get released, because there is a majority of players right online and playing it, that's when people like just go to random places the Supercell team wouldn't really think of. So that's why in their testing, they might never actually did that test, because there's a lot to do. And I think with the equipments also in the game, it's a bit difficult than before, and with the way we have even 5 heroes, like a lot has been changed since the days we didn't have many bugs in the game. And right now, because there's just so much to do in the game, the bugs are also happening a lot more often. But that doesn't really like it's not an answer or like an excuse to Supercell to not really release an update without a bug or without having 10 maintenance break after the update. So I think they need to work on that. But overall, I actually like this season. This season was a lot of fun. I actually found myself struggling as well, which is so fun. Like, guys, you don't understand. It's been so long I haven't been struggling to attack, which is a good part of Clash of Clans, which is a good part of the strategy game. You need to hurt yourself, be like, yo, what the hell is wrong with you? Why can't you triple? And then you need to work hard, you need to practice and get that triple, because it feels rewarding. It feels like you did something that was nearly impossible for 90% of the people. You know what I'm saying? So this is rewarding as a feeling. So yeah, that's overall my thoughts and opinion. Let me know down below what you think, because I'm honestly, I think the comment section will go a bit half to half. Some people don't like the fact that they cannot triple, and some people like the fact that not everyone can triple, which is, as I said, it's just opinions. It's personal opinions, and everyone's opinion is respected. And obviously, hope again you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you soon in the next one. Take care and peace.